It's all recorded and archived, so make sure you're on my newsletter so that you can receive all my notices. So check in, tell me where you're signing in from. I'd love to hear from you, and then we shall begin. So Christine says, would you please help with OCD during COVID? The OCD during COVID can only come because there was OCD pre-COVID. You know, COVID, this current situation, is really showing us what was there inside us anyway, what was within us anyway. We think in life that what is happening right now is evoking the current situation, but it isn't. What's happening right now is not evoking the current experience. The current experience is being evoked because of past experiences. However you're experiencing COVID is not because of COVID. How you're experiencing COVID is because of your past experiences. Nothing just comes from nothing. Everything comes because of an inextricable series of entwining and inexhaustible cause and effect. So if you have OCD right now, you go, wow, I guess before my OCD was really masked and now it's on steroids. If you have anxiety now, it's because you always had anxiety, but now it's on steroids. If you're fighting with your partner now, or you're anxious about your partner now, it's because there were underlying issues that were just being distracted from, submerged and suppressed. And now it's all up for grabs. It's being highlighted because there's no distraction. There's nothing to hide. Similarly, you're getting to see how you have lived in lack all your life. And if you've lived in lack, then this is what's going to come up even more. This is your opportunity to see what seeds have been blossoming till now. And not to judge yourself and not to be upset with yourself, but just to see who it is you are in your singularity, in your sovereignty, in your autonomous spirit. Because COVID, I mean, it's such a genius teacher, like all of life is, but this one in particular is really symbolic and metaphorical. Because this one, damn it, it doesn't let us go anywhere. We are locked down, like time out. You cannot come out of your corner. And you're like, am I done now? Can I come out? No, not yet. I've learned my lesson. Can I come out? No, not yet. And you're like, how long am I going to be staring at the four walls? Till you learn your lesson. What lesson am I supposed to learn? Now, the lessons you learn and the experience you have is where you begin to differentiate between the mainstream, fear-based, lack-based, scarcity-based throngs of people, or you begin to differentiate into your spiritual wisdom, which is rarefied, which not everyone has. But now you begin to separate from the pack. So it's your choice. You want to be in the pack or separate from the pack. But if you want to separate from the pack, you have to look at life extremely differently, completely uniquely, in a inexhaustible, irretrievable, flamboyantly daring way. Just completely unabashedly different. And this is what I'm here to invite you to the other side, out of the pack, out of mainstream. So COVID is like, go home. And you're like, I don't like my house. I don't like these people I live with. The other day I had a session with someone and she's like, you know, these people are here all the time. My children are here all the time. She was calling her children these people. She's like, I didn't bargain to live with these people 24/7. So COVID is showing us the true totality of all our choices. The children we had, the partners we married, and who we are without the pubs and the theater and the restaurants. Now it's like, do I know how to cook? Can I sustain myself? Can I be my own company? I can't go meet my friends and distract myself and numb myself the way I used to. Now if I drink and I show myself as the alcoholic. Oh, my children are going to see. Before I could go to the pub, before I came home, now they're watching me all the time. Mom, you really eat a lot. Mom, you're drinking a lot of wine. Mom, you're stressed out all the time. And you're seeing your partner. Wow, he is really messy. He is really lazy. Wow, he doesn't help at all. Wow, I've raised a monster. Wow, my husband thinks he's the king of the world and I am the slave. But we get to see what we have co-created. We get to see who we are. Who we are. It's not about the husband. It's not about the children. We get to see our co-creation. And it scares us to death. COVID has shown us the most profound thing. Besides showing us our mortality, it's done one more thing, which is kind of cruel, but it's a harsh, brutal lesson to learn. If we learn it and see its implications, we can really free ourselves. COVID has not only shown us that we could die. Like tomorrow you sign on to watch Dr. Shefali. Oh, Dr. Shefali died overnight. I'm sorry to talk like that, but I'm talking like that to wake us up. Because I'm living like that now. Don't be counting on tomorrow, Missy. This is all you have. No, literally. I'm sorry for bringing it up, but I think we're all adults. That I can be harsh to tell you, you be like, oh, I'm going to go hear Dr. Shefali. What happened to her? She died, COVID-19. And I only say this to you with a tongue-in-cheek because I have dealt with it with myself. I have confronted this in my own reality. And it's supercharged me to wake up. It's supercharged me to end the bullshit in my life. It's supercharged me to go, oh, how have I been living? I've been living for everyone else. I've been living to please other people. I've been living to look a certain image. I've been living for a certain persona. And for me, I don't know about you, it's drastically cutting that away. I'm not fully detoxed, but I'm on my way successfully finishing my rehab. I don't know about you if you're in rehab, but I've been in rehab because I've realized I could die like this. And COVID has done me a favor in that way because it's woken me up to all the bullshit that I've been living with in my life. My excess, my dependencies, my addictions, my crutches, my distractions, my numbing, all that has been taken away. But what it's done for me, I don't know about you, it's made me wake the F up. Like, wake up. How are you going to spend today? Who are you going to spend it on? How are you going to spend your energy? Are you going to live in fear? Because there's no time for fear. You could literally die tomorrow. So let's be afraid another day. Today, let's live. Because we have a life today, so let's live. So I don't know about you, that's what COVID's done for me. But what it's done even more for me, I'm going to share with you. And this is brutal. What it's done for me, it's made me realize that because with COVID you die alone, it's woken me up to how I live and how the greatest fear we have is to die alone. And in order to not die alone, we will sacrifice ourselves, appease, ply, comply, survive, bend over, keel for the other because no one wants to die alone. Yes or no? You're like, I don't want to die alone. So we'll stay in a stinky marriage. We'll stay with stinky friends. We'll stay in a stinky career because we're just holding on, keeping it all stable in case we die alone. COVID is like, honey, you will die alone. If you get me and I get you in a really strong way, I'm not letting you die with anyone. You will die alone. Now, really brutal. COVID is freaking brutal. But what it's done to show me is that my desire to be surrounded with loved ones, with candle lights and music, and that's my goal. So I'm keeping everybody in my family, with me, even though this stinks and that stinks, because I just don't want to die alone. It's shown me, stop this rubbish, stop this nonsense. You're going to die alone with me. So why are you living, holding on to all these crutches because you don't want to die alone? And it's made me ask, what is authentic? Who is authentic? And only begin to go to the essential authentic relationships in my life. Stop bullshitting anymore. Stop pleasing people anymore. Stop begging them, please, will you be with me when I die? It's shown me there is no guarantee. It's shown me you cannot control life. It's shown me you cannot control relationships just so they'll take care of me and wipe my, behind tushy when I'm in my diapers. No, it'll be some strange nurse, and I hope she's nice. And if she's not, then, too bad. You wait for the next shift. And anyway, you can't even see them smiling anymore. Now you don't even know if they're nice. So COVID has taken away all these lovely illusions of comforting blankets and candlelight, last goodbyes with symphony music. It's brutal. Like COVID has adulted me like nothing else. And now I'm like, oh, since I'm going to die alone, do I really need you? Do I really need you? I don't know whether I like you, and now I don't need you, so maybe bye-bye. Right? It's really shown me to grow up. Like, it's made me realize, what's the point? So if I don't need you, now it's coming down to, do I like you? And now suddenly my big group is dwindling. And all my friends are going to text me and go, you only kept me around because you needed me. I'm going to go, I think so. I'm sacrificing myself to teach a lesson, yes? So all my friends watching, don't write to me. And yes, I did only need you. I don't know whether I like you. Now I'm questioning. Do I need or do I like? And since I can't need you anymore, I'm really thinking about your place in my life. Yes, and you should think about that for me. Because from now on, only authentic relationships. Only. No more ego. First, it was all about me looking good in a certain way. That's been taken away too. Can't go for talks, can't go for conferences, can't look nice, can't wear my high heels, can't wear my fancy, shoes and dresses. So even that ego has gone away. So now it's really down to basics. COVID has stripped away everything. Dying alone, being alone, sitting in the house alone, no numbing tactics, no distractions. Now it's just me and me. But what it's done is it's grown me up. And I think if you allow it, it will grow you up. And it will give you an opportunity to look at all the bullshit in your life, all the false beliefs, all of them. That my kid should go to college. I don't know whether my kid should go to college anymore. Maybe they'll die in college. I don't know now. My kid should, get a successful job. Well, yes, but we don't know what that looks like anymore because the world has changed. Everything has changed now. I'm questioning, whether my prayers are working. Because I've been praying all my life. I don't know whether they're working anymore. I'm going to question. Just saying. It's going to make you question everything. And let it. Don't be afraid. When we say humanity needs to wake up, what we really mean is Trump. But when we ask him to wake up, for example, every day I think maybe he'll wake up. I realize, how can he wake up if I can't wake up? If I have a hard time letting go, he's going to have 1,000 more hard times letting go because he's on top of being ignorant and closed-minded. He's also narcissistic. So he thinks he's right. So I can't look at him and say, Trump, please wake up. I cannot look at humanity and say, humanity, wake up, when I'm clinging to all my false beliefs. So the first person that needs to wake up is ourselves. We have to change. Don't ask your president to change. Don't ask the government to change. And don't ask a scientist to become brilliant if we're not enlightening. So this is our opportunity, our portal to look at our false belief systems. And the main one psychologically is how we lived false for our ego. How we lived for other people in our lives. Your whole life was for other people. And the best thing is, strangers. Why do we dress up so much when we go out to a party when we don't know people? But the closer we come home, we're like, it's just my mother. It's just my husband. And the husband gets the worst version. And he's like, how come you don't dress up like that when you go out with me? But when you go out with your girlfriends, you're going out to town, you look all risque, all sexy. And you're like, stop. I do dress up for you. But you don't. You so don't. And neither does he. But he's like, at least consistent. Never dresses up. We play to the tune of others. We want Facebook friends to like us. Facebook friends who we don't even know. We want them to like us, and Instagram friends to like us. Friends. You know, you live your life for others. And if COVID has taught me one thing, it's to get off that crazy train. Because where's the others? I don't see them. I can't even see them. And even if I see them on the road, I don't recognize them anymore. I'm like, who's this? I just don't. What an amazingly metaphorically genius lesson. There are no others, sweethearts. COVID is like, say bye-bye. COVID is saying, learn who you are. Because, sweetheart, you will die alone. And this is the biggest wake-up call. To not have crutches, to not depend. What it's showing us is we have whatever it takes within us. You can do it. You think you can't do it because you have been mired in fear and paralysis. You think you can't do it because you've been taught to depend on your parents, and then on the God outside of you, and then on the teachers outside of you, and then the spouse outside of you, and then the kids outside of you, and then the grandkids, and then you die. Right? We've been taught to live for the other. The bank account, the image, the status, the house, the yard. And now we're just stuck here. No one's coming to see your fancy yard. All those cars you worked for, slaved for. No one's coming. You can't even go anywhere. You can't even show off. It's making you realize your priorities. How have you been living? You've certainly not lived for your evolution. You've certainly not lived for your growth and your epiphanic awakening. You have not. You have lived to be approved, defined, and adorned for others, by others, with others, always others, others, others. We have been primed and conditioned to live our lives for approval on the outside. Who am I? You tell me who am I, okay? Culture tells me who am I. Culture says you should look like this. You should weigh this. You should be young forever. Culture, 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 culture. And now culture's voice is inside us, and we are living according to culture's voice. And now we don't even know the difference between culture's voice and our voice. Only the awakened begin to realize, oh, this voice, this inner voice inside is not even me. It's culture saying should, 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 should. And now for the first time, I'm pausing and going, really? I don't think I should go out anymore and be a slave to culture because I'll die. So Corona holds metaphor upon metaphor upon metaphor. I mean, I've never seen something so genius. Go back to the essentials. Go back home. Lock down. Sit with yourself. Get out of the matrix. The matrix is dangerous. You will die. Don't go where the crowds are because they will take you to death. They will infect you. Mainstream is infectious. It's a contagion. We were already infected before COVID by mainstream. You see a crowd, now run away. Before, we're like, oh, I want to be part of the crowd. COVID is like, wrong direction, go the other way. I learned that very early in my 20s. Wherever the masses go, probably the wrong way. Whatever is popular, it's probably taking you downstream, down to low self-esteem and to absolute unworthiness. Don't go where the crowds are. Right? We want to teach our kids. When our kids come to us saying, I didn't get invited to the prom and I didn't get invited, you know as an adult that they're all silly kids. The ones who are all with the gangs or the popular kids or the crowd, don't go there. We tell our kids. Yet please let me get the gala invitation. I hope I get invited to, what's his name? Prince William's wedding. What was his name? Andrew, who I don't even know. I literally don't even remember what their names are. But you want to be invited to the royal wedding. You would love to be invited to the royal wedding. Because we have been conditioned to go with the crowd. To be alone is too scary. But now COVID has shown us, sorry, move away from the crowd. Which is what every wisdom teacher teaches. Stay away from mainstream, right? Make a choice. I've been teaching this for a decade at least. Wherever mainstream is, you have to step out of it. If you want to awaken, you have to go out of what mainstream says. Because what mainstream is saying is robotic, zombified, reactive, inherited, emotional legacies from archaic, primitive, ancient teachings. They're not alive in the present moment. They're tradition. And in the name of tradition, They bind you by the neck. Most of us have a neck. I have a noose around our neck. Our neck in a noose. You don't see your noose? You don't see your noose? Until you see your noose, you're not going to awaken. Because if you don't even think you are being led by your neck, then you don't think you're being led by your neck. But those of us who don't agree with these masses right now in America, we're like, what is wrong with them? Why are they fighting? Because we see their noose around their neck, but they don't. But similarly, you don't see your own noose. And when you awaken, is to see the noose around your neck. Sorry to talk so brutally today. I'm looking so sweet in my little braid, but I'm like killing you guys. Sorry. It's just we all have nooses around our necks. And until we wake up and realize that we've been tethered to the outside and we're being invisibly led by others who are now voices in our heads. Full ingrained voices. We truly think it's us. We don't even know. We're so puppeteered. All the invisible strings are so around us that we don't even know that they are strings. We think they are us. This is the genius of brainwashing. But when you see it with the terrorist children growing up in madrasas, in their religious schools, you go, oh, look at those children being brainwashed. Look at them. You know, you look at someone in a foreign country doing something completely alien, you're like, how ridiculous. They're brainwashed. You think you're not brainwashed? You think you're not being led by the masses, puppeteered robotically every single day? Yes, you are. And people from another planet or another country look at us and go, look at these people in America or the West, or the westernized world. Look at them trying to be all skinny and a size -0. How ridiculous are they? Trying to make their skin look young and elastic like they're 22 years old when they're 62. How ridiculous. Look at these men going to work with their briefcases and their ties. How ridiculous. Look at all these people, going through these religious ceremonies and traditions and holidays and thinking like that matters or that means something when they don't even have a connection to themselves. Ridiculous, right? Everyone can see the nooses around other people's heads and necks and bodies like corpses when we look to them, but we can't see it for ourselves. And now we are being asked daringly by COVID, straight, audaciously in our face. COVID's looking at us and going, who are you? Who are you beneath the mask, right? I mean, look at the metaphors. Beneath the mask, who are you? I don't want to see your face anymore because I don't care about your outside. You better cover up your outside because I don't care. I'm not interested in your face, your body, your breasts, your butt. No. I care about who you are on the inside. Now show me that. Rise up in that. Adapt and show me that part of you that you've never dared shown the world beneath the mask. So this is your opportunity to wake up. Are you going to wake up? You think the economy should wake up? You think the politicians should wake up? You think the healthcare system should wake up? There's no should, because no one on the outside can until we collectively do. Until we do. So the waking up has to begin here in your lap. It has to start here in your soul, in your being, in your chest, in your determination, in your mind, right now. Are you going to use this moment to end the inauthentic ways you've been living to a huge degree? You can't give it all up. Like I said, I'm still in rehab too. I'm still detoxifying. But I'm in the process. I may not come out completely, amazingly sparkling, shiny bodhisattva, but I'm definitely going to shed. 100%. So are you going to declare that you're going to shed the inauthentic parts of you, the inauthentic relationships that you don't really need now because they can't be with you anyway when you die, so to speak. So if you don't need them, now only have people who are essential, who matter to you, who give you joy, who wake you up. End the crap. And if you can't leave them now because you're stuck in the house, you at least let them know. End the bullshit. Let's live like this. No more lying, no more stories, no more persona, no more ego, no more fear. Because literally we could all die anyway. So I'm not going to live in fear anymore. I'd rather live the moment I'm alive, fully awakened. So if you are alive watching this, means you have another day. And if you have another day, You have an empowered choice to make. Do I live in lack today, or do I enter beauty and power and resplendence and humor and joy and play and laughter? I can be sad, it's okay, but I need to be real. No more faking it. If I'm sad, I own it, I claim it. If I'm angry, I say it. Whatever I am now, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm not going to be living in this dull, robotic, zombified state for other people. So this is your choice. This is what COVID is giving you, a gift to stop, to pause, to reset, to rebirth. And the first thing that needs to go is your dependency on the external, on outside people, strangers who don't matter anymore. Stop living for them, live for you. What makes you joyful? What makes you happy? What makes you powerful? Do you. This is your opportunity to do you and stop caring anymore. If you want to join me for meditation, I teach meditation every single day at facebook.com/groups/get superpowered. Come join me there. I'll be teaching there in around 30 minutes. Every single day, almost always at the same time, except for 1 or 2 days. And I teach meditation for free. So come and learn how to meditate and understand who it is you truly are. Thank you for joining me, and I am sure I will see you again. If I don't, I don't. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me, guys. Bye.